Imagine how amazing it would be to have that special someone thinking about you all day long. Picture this. They wake up, check their phone, and see your message, instantly putting a smile on their face. And it's not just an ordinary message, but something that intrigues them, moves them, and makes them curious to know more about you. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you today. But first, let me ask, when was the last time you sent a good morning message and found yourself anxiously waiting for a reply? If you've ever been in that situation, you're not alone. Most people make critical mistakes in this first interaction of the day, missing out on valuable opportunities to build a connection. Now, imagine having 7 magical messages, 7 foolproof ways to captivate anyone, leaving them eager for the next interaction. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, believe me, it's real and within your grasp. Let's dive into the first message. 1. The mystery. Have you ever stopped to think about what makes a woman remember you all day after just one good morning text? It's not about sending the same old good morning that every other guy sends. It's about creating a moment that sticks with her. There's a simple psychology behind it: mystery. It taps into one of the most powerful human emotions, curiosity. When you add a touch of intrigue, like saying, "Good morning, you won't believe the dream I had about you last night," it opens a loop in her mind that keeps turning, wondering what you're thinking. The Stoic mindset teaches us the art of subtlety and emotional control, never giving too much but offering just enough to spark interest. As Seneca once said, it is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. High-value men master this balance effortlessly. They understand that creating curiosity isn't about manipulation, it's about forming a deeper connection through intelligent communication. Picture this. In today's world of instant gratification and endless distractions, being the man who leaves a little room for mystery makes you stand out. In fact, it's refreshing. Most people today overshare, but when you maintain your composure and don't reveal everything, it leaves her wanting more. Think about it. When was the last time you felt captivated by someone who shared everything up front? Rarely. People, especially women, love to solve puzzles, and when you subtly present yourself as a puzzle, you'll find that she'll think about you even when you're not around. A modern example of this in action? Look at the way people handle social media. Those who post everything about their lives often fade into the background, but the ones who share strategically, just enough to make others curious, are the ones who get noticed. It's no different in relationships. Stoicism in modern life, especially in relationships, teaches you to be measured in your actions, to give just enough to create connection, but hold back enough to maintain interest. So the next time you send that good morning text, remember to leave a little mystery. Ask yourself, how can I create anticipation without revealing too much? Master this, and you're not just sending a message, you're building a lasting impression, something high-value men understand well. In doing so, you apply the principles of Win Stoic, embracing the wisdom of Stoicism by controlling the narrative and, ultimately, the way you're perceived. 2. The second message is about touching hearts. It is more than just a greeting, it's an opportunity to build a real emotional connection, the kind that no woman can easily ignore. Instead of sending a simple, generic "good morning," what if you crafted a message that showed genuine care and thoughtfulness? Women, with their naturally emotional depth, seek connection. By showing you're interested in what truly matters to her, you set yourself apart as a high-value man. Imagine waking up and receiving this message. "Good morning. I hope today brings you closer to your goals. What's something you're dreaming of achieving right now?" This text does more than wish her a good day. It opens up a space for meaningful conversation about her ambitions, her passions, and what makes her tick. It goes beyond surface-level chatter, inviting her to share more of herself, which creates a bond that runs deeper than most men realize. One friend of mine, a man who practices a stoic mindset, learned this the hard way. He used to flood women with compliments, trying to impress them with his accomplishments. But it wasn't until he shifted his approach, taking a moment each day to ask about their thoughts, feelings, and dreams, that he truly saw a change. A woman who once seemed distant began opening up, eager to share more because she felt understood. He stopped focusing on what he could get from her and started caring about who she really was. Have you ever thought about how a single, thoughtful question could lead to a meaningful conversation? That's the power of intentional communication. This is not about overwhelming her with attention, but about showing that you're invested in her as a person. It's about being present and letting the conversation unfold naturally, just like in Stoicism, where focus and care are given to the things that matter most. In your path as a high-value man, these thoughtful messages can turn everyday texts into moments of genuine connection and growth. So, are you ready to become a high-value man? If you are ready, comment, "I am ready. I am a high-value man." So, next time you pick up your phone to send a good morning text, ask yourself, how do you want to make her feel? What kind of impact do you want to leave on her day? The secret to winning her heart isn't in grand gestures, but in the small, intentional actions that make her feel seen and valued. Win Stoic, and you'll find that the quality of your connections far outweighs the quantity. 3. The third message is all about sparking creativity. The third, good morning text, is all about sparking her creativity and stimulating her mind with endless possibilities, a powerful way to connect on a deeper level. You see, relationships are not just about physical attraction, but mental stimulation too, and that's where this message truly shines. Try something like this. Good morning. If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be? This seemingly simple question does so much more than start the usual small talk. It prompts her to pause, reflect, and think about something she desires, all while associating those thoughts with you. You're not just sending a message, you're inviting her on an imaginative journey, and the best part is, you're the guide. By asking this open-ended question, you're encouraging her to share something personal, maybe even a dream or desire she's never voiced before, setting the stage for future conversations that go beyond the surface level. Think about it. How often do we give others the space to dream with us? Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And that's exactly what you're doing here, elevating the quality of the conversation and connecting her thoughts to a shared mental adventure. As you're both picturing these faraway places, you're building rapport, trust, and a sense of collaboration in this imaginary world you're both a part of. This is a subtle yet profound Stoic life lesson, reminding us that meaningful relationships are built on more than just fleeting exchanges. They are built on shared experiences, whether real or imagined. So, what kind of conversation are you hoping to inspire with your texts? What dreams and experiences will you uncover when you encourage her to think beyond the ordinary? This approach is rooted in the principles of Stoicism, connecting not just with what is said, but with the essence of a person's deeper desires and thoughts. It's all about asking, what is Stoicism in relationships? and finding out how these ancient teachings can lead to stronger, more meaningful connections. When you engage with purpose, you're already showing her you're a high-value man, one who understands that true attraction begins in the mind. 4. The fourth message is all about igniting wonder. Good morning texts can be much more powerful than many realize. It's not just about saying hello, but about setting a tone that piques her curiosity and engages her emotions right from the start. Take the fourth message, for instance, which focuses on sparking a sense of wonder. When you send something like, "Good morning. Something incredible happened last night that made me think of you. I'll tell you later." You aren't just sending words, you're planting a seed that grows throughout her day. This kind of message pulls her into a moment of anticipation, igniting curiosity and making her eager to find out what's on your mind. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and by leaving her wondering, you are occupying her thoughts in a way that elevates her interest in you." It's not about playing games, but about deepening the connection by offering moments of mystery and excitement, something that most men overlook. In modern life, where everyone is constantly bombarded with shallow and predictable conversations, this text stands out. It's a reminder that thoughtful communication can lead to stoic happiness, where you bring value and presence into someone's life. By showing that you are different from the noise around her, you align with the principles of Stoicism today, being intentional, impactful, and composed. The next time you want to stand out in her mind, don't just settle for the typical "good morning." Instead, use the opportunity to create an emotional experience that builds anticipation, keeps you in her thoughts, and opens the door to a deeper, more meaningful connection. Did you find today's content interesting? Have you collected any good quotes for yourself? Please comment on the best quote you found so far. 5. The fifth message is about reliving memories. One of the most powerful tools you can use as a high-value man with a stoic mindset is the art of tapping into emotions through well-crafted messages. A great example of this is the fifth good morning text, one that brings up cherished memories you've shared with her. You're not just saying good morning, you're reminding her of the special moments that set your connection apart from anyone else's. For instance, "Good morning. I was just thinking about that day we spent at the park. It was such an amazing time. What do you say we relive that moment?" In doing so, you're not just recalling a happy memory, you're reigniting the emotions tied to that day, feelings of joy, fun, and connection. Nostalgia is incredibly powerful because it creates a link between the past and the future. When she's reminded of those positive emotions, it's as if you've handed her a key to unlock her feelings of closeness and comfort with you, and she'll naturally want to experience more of it. This isn't manipulation, it's emotional intelligence at its finest, and it's the hallmark of a high-value man who knows how to create lasting impressions. What do you think of this sentence? Is it good? If you find it good, don't hesitate to give me a comment saying "very good." That would be great for me. Thank you very much. In today's fast-paced world, think about how rare it is to truly savor and reflect on past moments. How often do we even pause to appreciate them? Sharing this kind of text is like offering her a chance to slow down and revisit the moments that matter, which not only makes her feel seen, but also anticipates the next great memory. The lesson here is clear. Meaningful connections aren't built on surface-level interactions. They're rooted in the moments that stir deep emotions and create lasting bonds. So, ask yourself, when was the last time you made her remember why she enjoys spending time with you? 6. The sixth message is all about subtle compliments. Let me tell you, there's a powerful way to start the day off right, and it's with the sixth good morning message, one that's built around subtle, thoughtful compliments. No woman can resist a compliment when it feels genuine and personal. But here's the catch. It has to go beyond the surface. You see, too many people throw around generic compliments, thinking that's enough to capture someone's attention. But as a high-value man, you've got to dig deeper. Picture this. Good morning. You know what I admire most about you? Your laugh. It lights up any room. It's simple, but here's why it works. Because it's not about her looks or something fleeting. By choosing her laugh, you're honing in on something real, something that shows you've been paying attention. Stoic life lessons teach us that the little things are often the most powerful. As Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listening carefully, paying attention, and valuing her laughter means you see her beyond appearances. So ask yourself, when was the last time you really noticed something unique about someone you care about? A good compliment is not just flattery. It's about showing that you truly see and appreciate the essence of a person, and that's what builds a strong connection. This is where Stoicism comes in. Remaining mindful, staying in the present, and being aware of what is real and meaningful. So what is Stoicism in action? It's about being the kind of man who knows that noticing and valuing the small details in others is a sign of true character. Think about it. How many people can really say they pay attention to the unique details that define others? By doing this, you set yourself apart. So, next time you send that good morning text, remember to choose your words with intention. How will you make her feel seen today? 7. The seventh message is all about humor. The 8th message you send should be centered around humor, because starting her day with a smile not only creates a playful vibe, but also subtly demonstrates that you, as a high-value man, don't take life too seriously. Humor is a powerful tool in any relationship, and it helps to show that while you carry the stoic mindset, you're not rigid or overly serious. A simple message like, "Good morning. I had the craziest dream last night. I was a superhero, and guess who I saved?" Achieves 2 things. First, it immediately captures her curiosity. She might wonder, why was he dreaming about being a superhero? What happened next? Which is exactly what you want. Second, it lightens the mood, associating you with fun and positivity right from the start of her day. These are qualities women admire in high-value men, men who can handle life's challenges with grace, but still know how to bring joy into someone else's day. Think about modern relationships where many conversations, especially early on, are filled with formality or surface-level pleasantries. A good morning text with a humorous twist cuts through that. For instance, I know a guy who worked long hours in a demanding job. Every morning, he'd send his girlfriend a witty message, something playful, a little absurd even, but it always had the same effect. She'd laugh, reply eagerly, and it kept their bond strong, even when they were both busy. It wasn't just the words themselves, it was the fact that he stood out from everyone else. Where other men might send a simple, "Good morning," he sent something that created a spark, something memorable. He understood that while being serious has its place, showing that you can take things lightly and bring a sense of humor into everyday moments is an attractive quality. It made her look forward to his texts each morning, and that's the secret here. Now, take a moment to consider, When was the last time you really made someone laugh with just a few words? Humor is not just about being funny for the sake of it. It's about building a connection and easing any tension or formalities that may exist. When you can make someone smile or laugh, especially first thing in the morning, you're associating yourself with positive feelings. And as a high-value man with a stoic mindset, this becomes part of your strategy. Balance. You balance strength with humor, seriousness with lightness, and wisdom with playfulness. A woman who starts her day laughing because of you is already feeling positive emotions, and these emotions will be linked back to you. You'll be the one who made her day just a little bit better, the man who can handle life's seriousness, but also knows how to enjoy the lighter side of it. So, ask yourself, are you integrating humor into your conversations effectively, or are your messages too straightforward and bland? Women are drawn to men who can engage them emotionally, and humor is a direct line to that engagement. It helps her relax, opens up more meaningful conversations, and creates an environment where she feels free to be herself. But it's not just about making her laugh. It's about establishing yourself as the kind of man who can navigate life with both seriousness and joy. That's the essence of the Stoic mindset. It's understanding life's challenges while also appreciating the moments of lightness. So, the next time you're crafting that good morning text, consider how you can stand out. Be the man who can make her smile effortlessly, the man whose text she looks forward to every morning, because it's not just a routine, it's a highlight of her day. And remember, the lesson here is not just to send any funny message. It's about being intentional, understanding how humor fits into your overall approach as a high-value man, and using it to build deeper connections in your interactions. Do you agree with the above point of view? If so, please comment, "Yes, I agree." If not, you can comment, "I don't think so." I look forward to hearing your thoughts. 8. The eighth message is focused on motivation. Let me tell you, my friend, if you're looking to make a real impact and stand out from the crowd, no woman can ignore a powerful motivational message to kickstart her day. Here's the thing, it's not just about saying good morning. It's about showing that you genuinely care for her well-being, growth and success. Imagine starting her day with something like this. Good morning. Remember, the only thing standing between you and your dreams today is action. Go make it happen. This isn't just a text, it's a call to arms, a subtle yet powerful reminder that she has everything within her to conquer whatever challenges lie ahead. When you send a message like this, you're giving her more than a greeting. You're offering her support, encouragement, and empowerment. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And that's exactly what this text is about. Shifting her mindset towards positive, action-oriented thoughts. Why is this important? Because high-value men understand that supporting the woman they care about means contributing to her success, not just her emotions. How do you think she'll feel knowing that every morning you're thinking about how to help her succeed? You're showing her you're invested in her journey, not just her presence in your life. And that's where the real power lies. Think about this for a moment. How many people in her life are doing that? Probably very few, if any. This kind of text not only differentiates you, but also subtly reminds her of your value. High-value men don't just take, they give. They inspire those around them to be better, and in doing so, they solidify their place as indispensable. And here's where Stoic life lessons come in. Stoicism teaches us that to truly live a fulfilled life, we must be both wise and helpful to others. Seneca, another great Stoic, said, "While we teach, we learn." So by motivating her, you're also reinforcing your own mindset of growth and achievement. Ask yourself, what would you appreciate more? Empty words or genuine encouragement that fuels your drive? Now, think about how she feels when she reads that text. This is what it means to be a high-value man, someone who not only lives with confidence and purpose, but who also elevates those around them. If you've been wondering what is Stoicism and how to apply it in real life, this is a perfect example. You're embodying Stoic virtues by leading with wisdom, generosity, and action. So, how will you use this approach the next time you send a message? Are you ready to leave a lasting impression that goes beyond the surface and speaks to her very soul? Let me tell you, no woman can ignore that. 9. The 9th message is all about being thoughtful. Imagine waking up to a message that not only greets you, but also touches a deeper part of your soul. For high-value men, sending a good morning text should never just be a routine greeting. It's a subtle way to showcase your thoughtfulness and the way you pay attention to the details in a woman's life. Take this, for example. "Good morning. I've noticed how hard you've been working lately, and I genuinely hope you can carve out some time today to relax and recharge. You truly deserve it." With this one message, you're not just acknowledging her morning, you're acknowledging her. This is the kind of message that speaks volumes because it shows that you're tuned into her emotions and experiences. Stoic life lessons remind us to be present in our relationships, observing and acting in ways that nurture trust and emotional connection. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," which highlights the importance of offering support to others, reminding them to be gentle with themselves and not let the imagined weight of the world burden them unnecessarily. By sending this thoughtful message, you're subtly inviting her to pause, take a breath, and reflect on the balance in her life, something that many of us forget in the daily hustle. Now, imagine how that small act of mindfulness on your part can deepen the emotional connection between the two of you. Have you ever considered how much of an impact a simple, caring message can make? How it can serve as a daily reminder that someone is there, thinking of you? And more importantly, as a high-value man, are you showing up in a way that makes her feel supported, not just today, but every day? This is where Stoicism plays a vital role, teaching us that our actions, even the seemingly small ones, can hold great weight in our relationships. In a world that often focuses on grand gestures, the true value lies in those quiet, consistent moments of care. By incorporating these mindful practices into your communication, you're not just sending a text. You're creating a foundation of trust and respect, key pillars in any strong relationship. What is Stoicism, if not a way to act with intention in all areas of life, including love? Finally, the 10th message is about building excitement. When it comes to sparking interest and creating attraction, one of the most underrated tools in a high-value man's arsenal is the good morning text. This simple gesture, when done correctly, can set the tone for the entire day and leave a lasting impression. But not just any message will do. There's a subtle art to crafting texts that resonate on a deeper level, creating genuine excitement and intrigue. "Good morning. I'm planning a surprise for you. I can't wait to see your reaction." This is more than just a greeting. It weaves together anticipation, mystery, and promise, elements that are key to keeping her engaged throughout the day. Marcus Aurelius once said, The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This idea holds true here. By planting a seed of curiosity in her mind, you're influencing her emotional state, keeping her connected to you through her own positive anticipation. It's a Stoic principle applied to modern relationships, mastering your actions to inspire the kind of reactions you want without manipulation. The beauty of this approach lies in its subtlety. You're not overwhelming her with grand gestures or empty compliments. Instead, you're letting her imagination do the work, giving her something to look forward to. This is particularly effective in today's fast-paced world, where attention spans are short and distractions are everywhere. A well-crafted good morning message stands out precisely because it's thoughtful and intentional. However, it's crucial to remember that authenticity is everything. The power of these texts is not in the words themselves, but in the sincerity behind them. As Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The same goes for your interactions. Be the kind of man who doesn't just send these messages for the sake of it, but because you genuinely care about making her day a little brighter. Sincerity, in this case, is the cornerstone of attraction. Women have an innate ability to sense when something is forced or insincere, and that's where many men falter. They send messages without thought, hoping for an automatic result, but Stoicism teaches us to be deliberate, to be intentional with our actions. It's not just about what you say, but when you say it. Timing, as the old saying goes, is everything. Sending the same types of messages every day quickly turns predictability into monotony, and nothing kills excitement faster than routine. Instead, switch things up. Alternate between playful, light-hearted texts and more sincere, heartfelt ones. This unpredictability keeps her engaged without creating insecurity. Remember, Stoicism today teaches us balance. Just as you wouldn't overindulge in any one emotion, you shouldn't bombard her with constant attention. Space creates value. As Seneca noted, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Use your time wisely, allowing moments of silence or minimal interaction to build tension. When you're too available, the excitement diminishes. This is where Stoic happiness comes into play, finding contentment within yourself, knowing that your worth isn't dependent on external validation. But never forget, there's a fine line between creating intrigue and playing games. You want her to be curious, not anxious. You want her to feel excited, not uncertain. This is why your words should always come from a place of respect. The goal is not to manipulate, but to form a connection based on mutual enjoyment and shared moments. Every message you send should reflect that. In this, you are aligning yourself with Stoic principles. You control what you can, your actions, your words, and let go of the rest. The outcome, whether she responds enthusiastically or not, is beyond your control. The key is to be consistent in your approach, but also flexible enough to adapt as needed. Like Marcus Aurelius teaches, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. There's more to these good morning texts than just making her smile. You're building a foundation for a meaningful relationship, one text at a time. These messages are your way of showing that you care, that you're thoughtful, and that you understand the art of subtle communication. Yet, they are just the beginning. A high-value man knows that real attraction goes far beyond surface-level interactions. These texts are merely tools to open the door. What truly keeps her interested is the way you carry yourself in all aspects of life. Your confidence, your self-respect, and your ability to stay grounded in who you are. Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner strength and emotional resilience, teaches us that true power comes from mastering ourselves, not from controlling others. As you move forward, don't forget to share your experiences. Which of these messages do you think will resonate best with the woman you're interested in? Share it in the comments. It could help someone else who's navigating the same waters. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. The more you practice, the more natural these interactions will become. If you found value in this content, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos filled with powerful strategies to enhance your relationships. After all, the journey to becoming a high-value man is ongoing, and every step you take brings you closer to your ideal self, aligned with the wisdom of Stoicism today. And there you have it. 7 good morning texts that no woman can resist. These messages are more than just words. They're a way to show your value, confidence, and the kind of man you are. When you send these, you're not only brightening her day, but also reminding her that you're someone worth her attention and time. Remember, high-value men don't chase. They attract by being intentional, thoughtful, and in control. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who could use these tips. Also, don't forget to subscribe to WinStoic for more content like this, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next video drops. Becoming a high-value man is a journey, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. See you in the next video. Begin your day with a powerful mindset by sending texts that no woman can ignore. These 7 good morning messages are crafted to capture her attention and remind her of your value as a high-value man. These texts set a confident tone, showing that you're thoughtful, yet not overbearing. But here's the twist. When a man like you starts to pull back and show less interest, it creates a shift in her perspective. She begins to realize the significance of your presence and what she stands to lose. The moment she senses that you're no longer fully invested, she becomes desperate to regain the connection. These Stoic life lessons emphasize that high-value men never chase or beg for attention. Instead, they maintain their self-respect, knowing that by positioning themselves with quiet confidence, the dynamic naturally shifts in their favor. Number 1. Make her the desperate one. The dynamics of relationships often hinge on who holds the power, and when a man begins to recognize his worth, he gains the upper hand. This is where you make her the desperate one, not through manipulation, but by understanding your value and refusing to settle for less. The ancient Stoics taught us that true power lies in our ability to control our own responses, not in trying to control others. So, rather than chasing after someone who only offers scraps of affection, it's time to step back and let her see what she stands to lose. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If your thoughts are centered on scarcity, you'll accept anything. But if you shift your mindset to abundance, you'll demand more because you know you're worth it. When you're always available, always trying to please, you're essentially handing over control. And let's face it, whether intentionally or not, she will use that control against you. But by pulling back, by showing that you have other options and are not going to accept the bare minimum, you completely alter the dynamic. This is not about playing games. It's about recognizing your own value and making it clear that you won't settle for less. As Epictetus wisely noted, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction to being undervalued should be to step away, not to chase harder. As she realizes that she no longer holds the strings, panic sets in. The knot in your stomach that you once felt thinking you might lose her is now in her chest. Suddenly, she's the one who is desperate, scrambling to regain what she thought was secure. And this is where the power shifts. You are no longer the one begging for her time or affection. Instead, you become the man who knows his worth and is not afraid to walk away if his needs aren't met. This is where the Stoic lesson of self-respect comes into play. By holding firm to your standards, you're not only protecting your self-worth, but you're also teaching her how you expect to be treated. Imagine the tables have turned. She's the one sending the late-night texts, trying to get back into your good graces. She's the one who suddenly realizes that your attention was not something to be taken for granted. And here's the thing, you don't need to beg or plead for this to happen. By simply asserting your value and not settling for anything less than what you deserve, you naturally command respect. As Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." By stepping back, you're showing that you don't crave her approval, you crave respect and mutual admiration. In modern life, this translates into not being overly available, not bending over backward to accommodate someone who isn't doing the same for you. It's about knowing that if she isn't willing to give you what you need, there are others who will. This isn't arrogance, it's confidence rooted in self-awareness and self-respect. And when you carry yourself with this kind of confidence, you become the man that everyone wants, but few can have. You become the man who sets the rules, not the one who follows them. This is what it means to live by Stoic life lessons, to be the master of your own fate and the architect of your own happiness. Number 2. Leave the desperation to her. When a woman senses that you've lost interest, something remarkable happens. She becomes desperate. This shift in dynamics is crucial to understand, especially if you've found yourself falling into the trap of desperation when she begins to pull away. It's a common scenario. A woman starts to grow distant, her warmth turns cold, and suddenly you're filled with a frantic need to win her back. You chase after her, seeking explanations, longing for her attention, as if she were the last person on earth. But this reaction, my friend, is precisely where many men go wrong. Desperation is not just a sign of weakness, it's a surrender of power. When you react in this way, you're essentially telling her, "I'm so desperate for your approval that I'm willing to compromise my dignity." And what does that say about your self-worth? A woman will quickly lose respect for a man who doesn't respect himself, who places her on a pedestal while diminishing his own value. And what does she do with a man like that? She disregards him, often with little regard for his feelings. To shift this dynamic, you must regain control, not just of the situation, but of your mindset. It's time to take a step back, breathe, and reassess your priorities. The moment you sense that things aren't as they should be, that she isn't valuing you as she should, it's time to make a real withdrawal. This isn't about playing games or pretending to distance yourself in hopes that she'll chase after you. It's about genuinely understanding your worth and deciding that if she doesn't see it, you're better off focusing on things that truly matter in your life. This is where the tables turn. The desperation you once felt now shifts to her. The woman who once felt secure in your affection suddenly realizes that her position is no longer guaranteed. She believed you would do anything to keep her, but now she sees that you won't settle for anything less than respect. This realization hits her hard. The power she thought she had over you vanishes, leaving her with a sense of loss and uncertainty. And this, my friend, is where the game changes. Consider a modern-day story. A man named Alex found himself in a similar situation. After months of feeling underappreciated and taken for granted by his partner, he decided to stop chasing her approval. Instead of constantly seeking her attention, he shifted his focus to his personal goals and passions. He started spending more time on his hobbies, reconnecting with friends, and building his career. At first, his partner didn't seem to notice, but over time she began to realize that the dynamic had shifted. The more Alex focused on himself, the more she became desperate to regain the attention and admiration she had once taken for granted. Eventually, she found herself chasing after Alex, trying to win back his affection. The lesson here is clear. When you stop being desperate and start valuing yourself, others will begin to value you as well. The next time she pulls away, don't panic. Leave the desperation to her. Observe how she reacts when she senses that her hold over you has weakened. Most often, she will try to regain that control, realizing that what she once took for granted is slipping away. By making this simple yet powerful shift in your behavior, you'll not only transform the dynamics between you, but also start receiving the respect and value you deserve. This is the essence of Stoic happiness, finding contentment within yourself and not in the validation of others. Remember, in Stoicism today, the power lies in your response to the situation, not in the situation itself. Number 3, value your time and energy. Let's dive into a critical aspect of your life that many men often overlook: the undeniable value of your time and energy. Think about it. How many men do you know who squander their precious time, energy, and focus chasing after a woman who doesn't truly appreciate them? It's like tossing diamonds into the wind, hoping they'll find their worth somewhere else. But here's the truth, and it's time you grasped it once and for all. Your time is the most valuable asset you possess. It's finite, irreversible, and every moment you spend is a moment you can never reclaim. So, why are you still investing your time in someone who doesn't see your worth? This is where the Stoic mindset comes into play. High-value men, those who understand their worth, never waste their energy on people who don't reciprocate. They recognize that their time is a non-renewable resource, and they guard it with the same diligence as they would their most prized possessions. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely put it, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." If the woman you're interested in isn't showing genuine interest or reciprocating your efforts, it's a clear sign that she doesn't deserve your time. And this isn't about being selfish. It's about having self-respect and recognizing your value. When you begin to value your time, others will start to value it as well. You need to be discerning. Not everyone is worthy of your attention, your energy, or your dedication. This doesn't mean you're being harsh. It simply means you understand that you have something of immense value to offer, and you're not going to waste it on someone who doesn't appreciate it. The moment you start pulling back from those who don't deserve your time, your value in their eyes automatically increases. They begin to realize that you're not just anyone they see, that you have standards, priorities, and a clear understanding of what you want in life. And this isn't just about physically distancing yourself. It's about not investing emotionally in someone who isn't on the same page as you. Stop wasting your mental energy on how to please her or how to win back someone who clearly isn't reciprocating your feelings. Instead, redirect that energy toward yourself, your goals, your passions, and those who truly value you. When she notices that you're no longer as available, that your time is something she must earn, she will start to see you in a whole new light. Suddenly, you become the man she can't easily have, the man who demands respect and effort. This shift in dynamics places you in control, and that's where your power lies. So the next time you consider investing your time and energy in someone, ask yourself this crucial question: does this person truly deserve it? If the answer is no, then value yourself enough to walk away. Because in the end, those who respect their own time and energy are the ones who command respect from others. That's the essence of being a high-value man, and it's a principle that can elevate your life to new heights. Remember, as the Stoics teach us, the only thing truly within your control is yourself, your thoughts, your actions, and how you choose to spend your time. And if you've resonated with this message, drop a comment below, or simply type "Be hard to get" to let us know your thoughts. Your feedback is the fuel that drives us to bring you more insights into the Stoic mindset. Number 4. Be the protagonist of your own life. Becoming the protagonist of your life is perhaps the most powerful transformation a man can achieve. In today's world, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of living for someone else, often placing a woman at the center of your existence, allowing her to dictate your actions and emotions. When you do this, you relinquish control, reducing yourself to a mere supporting character in what should be your own story. This dynamic not only undermines your self-worth, but also leads to a life where you are constantly chasing validation, approval, and affection, elements that should come naturally to a man who knows his value. It's time to flip the script. Instead of waiting for someone else's approval to pursue happiness, take charge and put yourself first, not as an act of selfishness, but as a fundamental expression of self-respect. The essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us that the only person responsible for our happiness and fulfillment is ourselves. When your goals, dreams, and desires take precedence, you shift from being the pursuer to the one who sets the pace, creating a life that others aspire to be part of. Taking the lead role in your life means making decisions that serve your best interests, not those of others. It means you stop accepting the bare minimum and start demanding the full experience of life because you recognize your own worth. This mindset doesn't just enhance your self-esteem, it commands the respect of those around you. People begin to see you as a man with a clear purpose, someone who is driven by his own ambitions and who refuses to settle for anything less than he deserves. The true beauty of this transformation lies in its impact on your relationships. When you establish yourself as the protagonist, you naturally attract individuals who genuinely value and respect you. You no longer find yourself begging for attention or playing into manipulative games. Instead, the people who matter will be drawn to you, eager to share in your success and to be part of your journey. This is the essence of what is Stoicism: living a life of virtue and purpose, guided by wisdom and self-control, and in doing so, becoming the hero of your own story. As you navigate through the challenges and opportunities life presents, remember that your story is yours to write. Every decision, every action, is a reflection of the protagonist you choose to be. Embrace this role fully and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Through these Stoic life lessons, you will not only become the master of your own fate, but also inspire those around you to do the same. This is the path to true freedom, where you are no longer defined by others, but by the strength of your character and the clarity of your purpose. Number 5. Make her see there are others in the picture. Now, Let's delve into a strategy that hits right at the core of her confidence, making it unmistakably clear that she is not your only option. Here's the thing. Too many men make the critical error of standing still, waiting for the so-called queen to decide whether she wants to return or not, all while life moves forward and opportunities pass them by. Sitting around, arms crossed, waiting for her to make a move, is essentially signing your own declaration of irrelevance. What does this say to her? It tells her that you are always available, like a toy she can pick up and drop whenever it suits her. She feels secure, thinking that whenever she decides to give you attention, you'll be there, waiting just like that. And that, my friend, is one of the biggest missteps you can make. But imagine if you changed the game. Instead of waiting around, you start living your life fully, showing that you're out there, meeting new people, going on dates, and frankly, you don't have the time or energy to dwell on someone who doesn't recognize your worth. When you embrace this mindset, everything shifts. The woman who once felt all too confident, certain that she had you in the palm of her hand, suddenly starts to feel uneasy. She'll wonder why you're out with others, what those other women offer that she doesn't, and the seeds of doubt begin to sprout in her mind. This isn't just jealousy, it's the very real fear of losing something valuable. She begins to realize that if she doesn't act soon, she might lose you to someone who truly appreciates your value. This isn't about playing childish games, it's about demonstrating that you are a man of substance, someone who won't settle for being an afterthought. It's about moving forward with your life, showing that you have options, and if she's not stepping up, others will. This approach not only forces her to rethink how she treats you, but also positions you in a place of power. Suddenly, the woman who thought she was in control finds herself scrambling to maintain her grip, realizing that her position isn't as secure as she once believed. It's in this moment that she begins to feel desperation, the kind that comes from the very real fear of losing someone valuable to another. Think of it this way. In the modern dating world, it's crucial to recognize your own value and not wait around for someone who doesn't see it. When she gives you the cold shoulder, don't let it faze you. Instead, show her through your actions that you're thriving, that you're moving on with or without her. A good example is a friend of mine who, after a difficult breakup, decided not to sit at home waiting for his ex to change her mind. He started focusing on his career, hanging out with friends, and even going on a few dates. Before long, his ex noticed and reached out, suddenly desperate to get him back. Why? Because she realized she was no longer the center of his world, and the thought of him moving on was unbearable. So, next time she pulls away or takes you for granted, remember that life's too short to be waiting on someone who doesn't appreciate your worth. Instead, focus on living your best life. Show her that you're doing just fine, better even, without her, and that you've got plenty of other opportunities waiting if she doesn't step up. Ask yourself, why waste time on someone who doesn't see your value when you could be out there living your life to the fullest? The lesson here is simple. Never allow yourself to be someone's backup plan. Your happiness is in your hands, not hers. By embracing this mindset, you embody true, stoic happiness, living fully in the present and recognizing that in stoicism today, your value is determined by your actions and not by someone else's approval. Number 6. Master the art of mystery. When it comes to capturing a woman's interest, one of the most potent tools at your disposal is mystery. Many men mistakenly believe that the key to winning a woman's heart is complete transparency, sharing every detail about their lives, intentions, dreams, and fears. They think that by laying everything bare, they'll earn her trust and affection. But what really happens when you reveal too much too soon? She loses interest. The excitement fades because there's nothing left to discover. As the Stoic mindset teaches us, predictability can be the death of attraction. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing," meaning that life and relationships require a certain level of strategy and finesse. Mystery is the essence that keeps people intrigued, constantly wondering and eager to know more. To truly embody a high-value man, you must master the art of being enigmatic. Don't be an open book. Instead, let her peel back the layers at her own pace. When she asks about your thoughts or your plans, give her just enough to spark her curiosity, but never the full picture. This doesn't mean being deceptive, but rather cultivating an air of mystique. For instance, when she asks you about your day, instead of recounting every detail, offer a brief but intriguing response that leaves her wanting more. Remember, it's the unknown that keeps her engaged, her mind constantly turning over what you might be thinking or planning. Moreover, this sense of mystery should extend beyond your words to your actions. Avoid being overly predictable. Let your behavior be a mix of surprises. One moment you're fully present, engaging her with your charm and attention. The next, you're focused on your own pursuits, seemingly distant but never out of reach. This ebb and flow, this dance of unpredictability, keeps her on edge, always wondering what your next move might be. As Seneca wisely observed, it is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. In relationships, these rough roads are the twists and turns that keep the journey exciting and fulfilling. Never fully disclose your feelings or your future plans. Let her guess, let her ponder, let her yearn to know more. This uncertainty, this controlled ambiguity, is what fuels her desire and keeps her coming back for more. In the Stoic philosophy, it's understood that control over oneself is the ultimate power. By maintaining an element of mystery, you assert this control not just over your own emotions, but over the dynamics of the relationship. When you master this art, you become irresistibly captivating because people are naturally drawn to what they cannot fully comprehend. Isn't it true that we are most intrigued by the things we can't quite figure out? This is the essence of the Stoic mindset in relationships, calm, controlled, yet endlessly fascinating. Comment, "I agree" if you resonate with this perspective, or "I don't think so" if you have a different opinion. Number 7. Be unavailable. When it comes to rekindling a woman's interest, there's one strategy that stands out: being unavailable. This isn't about playing games or being deceitful. It's about reclaiming your time and energy and demonstrating that your life is full and vibrant, with or without her. Imagine this. If you're constantly at her beck and call, responding to every message and accommodating her every whim, she will inevitably start to see you as someone who has nothing more important going on. And when that happens, her respect for you diminishes. In the realm of Stoic life lessons, this is a cardinal rule: never put yourself in a position where you are always available, because availability often breeds contempt. To turn the tables, you must make her wait. The next time she reaches out, don't rush to respond or agree to meet up immediately. Instead, let her see that you have other priorities, other engagements, and that your life doesn't revolve around her. This isn't about being rude or cold. It's about subtly signaling that you are not to be taken for granted. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reaction to her attempts at reconnecting should be measured and deliberate. By creating a bit of distance, you re-establish yourself as a man who values his own time and self-worth, qualities that are undeniably attractive. This approach hits her where it matters most in her self-esteem. If she's used to having you at her disposal, your newfound unavailability will create a sense of discomfort and doubt. She will start questioning why you're no longer as accessible as before, and this uncertainty is your secret weapon. It's not about playing mind games. It's about restoring balance in the relationship and ensuring that you are seen as someone who has a life beyond her. The moment she starts feeling this shift, she will begin to chase after you, realizing that you're no longer the easy catch she once thought you were. However, it's crucial to be consistent in your actions. You can't claim to be unavailable while simultaneously seeking her attention. This would undermine the entire strategy. Instead, your unavailability should be reflected in your behavior, delaying responses to messages, occasionally declining invitations, and most importantly, living your life with purpose, passion, and independence. As the great Stoic thinker Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. By embodying this mindset, you naturally become more attractive, not just to her, but to anyone who crosses your path. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. Number 8. Keep your feelings a secret. Let's be real for a moment. One of the biggest mistakes many men make is laying all their feelings out on the table, thinking that being completely transparent will help them win the woman's heart. But here's a cold, hard truth. When you openly display all your emotions, you're essentially revealing every card in your hand, and this gives her a sense of security that can actually work against you. When she knows you're fully invested and completely into her, she relaxes, becoming certain that she's got you wrapped around her finger. In her mind, you're already conquered territory, no longer a mystery or a challenge. And even if you try to pull back, to play it cool, she won't take it seriously because she knows you're still yearning for her deep down. The result? You become predictable, and predictability is the enemy of attraction. So, how do you shift the dynamics in your favor? It starts by resisting the urge to wear your heart on your sleeve. This doesn't mean you need to be cold or distant. Instead, it's about being strategic, showing restraint, being more reserved, and carefully controlling what you reveal and when. When you stop being so obvious about how much you're into her, something fascinating happens. She begins to question things. That sense of security she had, thinking she had you all figured out, starts to erode. She realizes that the situation has changed, that you're no longer readily available at her beck and call. This shift in the dynamic disrupts her sense of control and, more importantly, her ego. When a woman who was once secure in her place in your life begins to feel a hint of insecurity, she starts to wonder what's going on. Why aren't you as present, as eager, as invested as before? And here's the kicker. This discomfort is exactly what makes her start seeing you in a new light. Suddenly, you're not the predictable guy she thought she had pegged. You're a challenge, and challenges are infinitely more appealing. By mastering your emotions and not laying all your cards on the table, you not only gain her respect, but also take control of the power dynamics in the relationship, because ultimately the real power belongs to the one who can keep their emotions in check and doesn't easily surrender. Let's take a step back and think about how this plays out in real life. Consider the story of John, a guy who was head over heels for his girlfriend, always expressing his love, always available. At first she was flattered, but over time she grew complacent, knowing he'd always be there no matter what. But when John decided to pull back a little, focusing more on his own life and less on constantly showering her with attention, things started to change. She noticed his absence, the shift in his behavior, and it made her rethink her own feelings. She went from being comfortable and secure to feeling a bit uneasy, wondering if she was losing him. This new dynamic made her realize just how much she valued him, and suddenly she was the one making an effort to keep the relationship strong. So, what's the lesson here? If you want to maintain a strong, healthy relationship, you must learn to balance your emotions and control what you reveal. Don't rush to show all your feelings. Instead, let her work for your attention. Let her wonder where she stands with you. This isn't about playing games. It's about maintaining a sense of mystery and challenge that keeps the attraction alive. Remember, Stoic happiness and Stoicism today teach us that true power lies in self-control and emotional mastery. So, as you navigate your relationships, ask yourself, are you giving too much away? Are you maintaining the balance between affection and mystery? By keeping her guessing, you not only keep the spark alive, but also ensure that you remain the kind of man she deeply respects and desires. As we wrap up this video, let's take a moment to reflect on the powerful message we've discussed. When you stop chasing after those who don't value you, and instead place yourself at the center of your own story, you become the true author of your life. This isn't just about gaining power, it's about recognizing your worth and letting others see it too. So, are you ready to stop being a supporting character and start living as the protagonist of your story? If this resonates with you, leave a comment below sharing how you plan to take charge of your life.